So as some of you may know, I am trapped last week, with a tendonitis in my thumb, and I can't doodle and use pens and, stuff like that. So I started wandering through old file boxes of things, and I just decided to do just a show and tell of old delights, shall we say. In my area, Northern California, coastal, Humboldt County, we have a thing called the Northern California, NORBag, Northern California Book Arts Guild, which is a fine tradition of making book arts. And I have, as part of that group, done a whole bunch of stuff in the past until I got too many structures to try to sort out and store. And then I went back to art journaling, where I could put everything in a book, fold it up, and put it on the shelf when they're finished, or pull them out and keep doing pages. So anyway, I decided, since I can't do stuff, I'm sorting through papers, and I thought I'd just show some of my goodies. So one of the things we made there's a little place in Blue Lake, California, called Blue Chair Press. My friend Elaine Benjamin showed us this structure. So this folds up like yay and can be mailed. But this is a banner made out of a single sheet of paper. I used those, what is that? The 4 agreements or whatever. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. This is the 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. So there's this big old banner. So one of our art shows that we did with Book Arts Guild was to have a bunch of these banners on display. That's a fun technique to do. Just a big sheet of watercolor paper and cut it in pieces, and then it folds up. This, like this, like this, and this. And another thing we did was this weird these cute little heart boxes. Aren't they, darling? Really cute little things. But they are attached by one of those things. I have no absolute use for this, but I just think it's so great. I didn't want to disappear the prototype. And of course, I've never made another one. I think it's great though. This I made, this was a card I made for my partner's mom for her birthday. It's a star book, and it's got little quotes that I love in it. And it looks like when she died, we got it back. It looks like the print is fading. This is prints I made on my computer. Nice quotes like this one. Oh, the comfort, the inexpressible comfort of feeling safe with a person, having neither to weigh thoughts nor measure words, but to pour them all out just as they are, chaff and grain together, knowing that a faithful hand will take and sift them, keep what is worth keeping, and then with a breath of kindness blow the rest away. George Eliot. Anyway, that's a cool little structure for all of our structure making friends. This was another structure that was cool. So on one side it says, be a lamp or a lifeboat or a ladder. Help someone's soul heal. Walk out of your house like a shepherd. roomy. This is called a Labyrinth Fold Book. And I can fold it all up. Let's see if I can pick this up. So it's like that out of 2 sheets of paper glued together. I've got a picture on the other side of it, but I think I've taken the essence of the picture on the other side out and put it elsewhere because I love that picture and I didn't want it to go somewhere. So anyway, that's kind of a fun thing, and it folds up into just a little thingy like that. And the other thing I have to show and tell is this that we made at one of the guild meetings, and I just love this. These are 1.5 inch cubes. So this folds all kinds of different ways. And how we made this, I could not tell you. Isn't that fun? Anyhow, I think that's a really fun structure, and I wish I knew how to make that. This, of course, I love because I fell in love with this thing that I got in a museum, and I have just spent 12 minutes working this puzzle. This is also on 1.5 blocks, 1.5 inch blocks, and it's 3 by 5, so 15. It took me 12.5 minutes to put this one side of the puzzle together, which I actually am attaching at the end of this video, speeded up considerably. So all of this led me to a folder which I found from where I collected NORBag stuff, instructions, and there's all kinds of treasures in it. So I thought I would just flip through the treasures that were in it and share them with you. There's some painty paper in it that's so precious. It's been in that folder ever since I did it, and I haven't been able to bear to use it. Now here I am spending hours on the jelly plate making painty paper, and I won't use this paste paper that of course I had forgotten I had. So anyway, let's go explore. So here we have it, the big, fat, juicy folder of goodies from the Book Arts Guild. So let's see what I see. They sent out a printed newsletter every month back in the day. And so there was always a instructions for something. So these are just random papers, and they're not in any order. Sewing cradle, how to make a sewing cradle. You know how you want to put your book into something and poke for binding. Shadow boxes. Oh, personality profile, Barbara Clark. Woven Bridges book. Tea bag folding. Styrofoam printing. How to divide without measuring. Like that. More playing with paper. Fold books. Chinese whirlwind scroll. I don't know what that is. Single sheet binding. About paper grain. 3rd and final installment. Altered books. Please do staple, fold, and spindle. Fold book with concealments and signatures. Paste papers. Slip and slide books. Rosette. Tunnel book. Envelope book. Does this sound familiar? Origami fold variation on envelope book. Concertina. Jacob's Ladder. Two signature pamphlet with tunnel. Eraser cut magic, the power of multiples. Index card books. Jigsaw puzzle book. Jigsaw book. How to cut shapes for plants and trees. How to cut shapes. Chinese bellflower book, 5-pointed star. Boy, we had a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm not going to go through all of these exactly on here. We had all kinds of projects. Here's an index for July 23 to June 2003 to 2004. This is the anyway, concertinas. There's so much stuff in this group that was so much fun. Okay, I said I was going to stop doing that, didn't I? I promised I would. Braided Binding. Now, see, I want to find out what that is. Brenda Tuxford was here and died in 2004. She was one of the founding members of our group. Is this, oh, this is the instructions for that little book. The blocks. This is the instruction for this. I'm going to put this down here on the very front because I want to keep it. And here are the pages, the words that we put on them. Okay. Come on, let's get down. Oh, there's names. Book of Secrets, sliding pages. Marbled paper, photographs of things. Getting down to the good stuff. I scanned this piece because I never wanted it to go away. That's pretty too, isn't it? Just by itself. But this is one of the painty papers that I have got to use. All of these. Look at these. I don't think I did these. I think somebody else did these, and maybe I just bought them. Because I don't think I did these. Aren't they fun? Anyway, I have to use these, right? And then here were some paste papers or rubbing things that I did in one of the classes. And look at that. That's gorgeous. Now, see, I know how to do that now. I don't have to go to a group meeting to figure out how to do this because I know exactly how to do this. I could do a lot of this. So why don't I use these pieces of paper? Look at that one. I love that one. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is some kind of paste paper something process. I really don't remember what the process was, to tell you the truth. But I am using these papers, so you'll see them on my desk, coming across my desk here, because they're pretty. Here's a whole folder for the Nag Hammadi binding. And then we get down to this little wonderful handmade book. So obviously I've done some of these, that single page binding or something that Tanya and Lisa are doing. I have done that before in my life. Did I remember that? No. So the group 1 year published all of their March 96 through June 2000. So they published it all on the 11 by 17 sheets of paper, so we could bind it into signatures ourselves and bind it into a calendar, into covers. So I made covers out of my Mary Engelbreit calendar. Inside myself is the place where I live all alone, and that's where you renew your springs that never dry up. Pearl Buck. Yep. To know is nothing at all. To imagine is everything. Anatole France. Yeah, good old Mary Engelbreit. And then I just had this paper from somewhere. I don't know what I used for my inside board. So this has Guild Workshops Volume 1. So all of these kind of pages that went that went out in the monthly newsletter. I need to find the one for the flag book. There's probably in that original stack somewhere. More. Just more workbooks. Love it. And stuff for tags. Look at that. See, I didn't know about tags. Lovely. Okay. That's it. I don't see there's the sewing cradle. See, some of these are repetitive from, I'm going to have to do a little research, aren't I? There's paste papers. So there is, like, if I ever get bored, will I ever get bored? I doubt that. I doubt if I could ever get bored. But should I need ideas for how to do something, here I have it.